guys. How's everyone doing?
Great. Been busy.
Hanging in.
Just wanted to end your week with me, didn't ya?
Hi, Katie. Okay,
Hi.
last chance to totally befuddle me, so let's do this.
Okay. All right. So how many of you guys have used Edpuzzle before?
No. Only the ones that were put out in training.
Yeah. So
I use it in the spring.
okay. Do you want to talk about what you liked about it or what you didn't like about it?
I can hear you. Sorry, I'm sitting next to Beth, and it's kind of okay.
Wait, you're in the same place? Oh.
Yep.
Hold on.
Let me turn it.
Yeah. One of you needs to mute off.
I'm muted.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I liked about it was them watching the video. So it's kind of like what you can do in Canvas, right? But a lot of them are already pre-made if you choose to use it, where they're watching a video and then it stops, where they have to answer an open-ended question or a multiple choice question. And then you can see, you can program it where they don't skip it so that they have to be paying attention. And then you're just kind of seeing if they're taking in the information. I mean, I maybe had like 3 to 4 students do each one in the spring, so I don't know how successful it was then, but I just felt like it was a really great way of delivering content and seeing how well they were retaining it or taking it in based off of how well they did on the intermittent questions. Although sometimes they probably just blow through it and don't care how they answer it, but I don't know, I liked it.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I use it also. Yeah, yours. And I liked how I could get the feedback afterwards. Like you could look at the reports. Can they hear us now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you the whole
Okay,
time.
so you could hear the
echo, yes.
This is confusing. Okay. So I could get their feedback after they did it, so I could see who was engaged and who wasn't, and for how the percentage of what they were participating. Okay, we got it. We need to figure this out.
Anyone else?
I used it before we went on the pandemic. I used it last year when I was out a lot due to having to sit on jury duty. And I used that as the way to keep teaching my kids while not being with them. And the kids actually really liked it because they can go back and re-listen to things if they didn't get it the first time. And then when you embed like practice questions, it's right there so that you can have it triggered that they go back and they review just what they need to review to be able to answer those questions. And they could see, like, did they get it? Did they not get it? And if they didn't get it, some of them would go back and rewatch it, or they could ask more pointed questions as to like, why didn't I get this right?
So Edpuzzle was, thanks, Michelle. Edpuzzle was one of my favorite tools when I was still in the classroom just a few years ago. I would use it on like choice boards. So watching Edpuzzle videos could be some of their choices from other things. Or it was also, I also used it as the mandatory like remediation before a reassessment. So if they, it wasn't necessarily, because at that point we didn't have computers. So, not every kid could have that access during class, but it would be in one of the reassessment or remediation options in order to be able to take your reassessment. So I've used it like that before, and I really loved it, and my students really loved it. My kids really loved it because they could do it on their phone, and they, I was teaching APES, so I had mostly seniors. So they loved that they could do it on their phone when they were at like waiting in line at the grocery store, waiting for a sibling to get out of a practice, anywhere they could use it. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to necessarily use it for like everyone does this assignment, but it's a great option. And I do think that right now when we're teaching and you're gonna have a lot of students that don't show up, it's a really great asynchronous option. And so it can be a video of yourself that you record and upload, or it can be a video that you find on YouTube. So I'm gonna start showing. Okay, so, oh, where'd my window go? Did I close it? Nope, I closed it. All right, so you just have to go to edpuzzle.com and you can create an account. On that software worksheet for my staff, there was a link that you should use to access and get associated with our school. So look in our, I can't put it in the chat because we have some guests, but if you stay at the end and you need that, the link to associate your school with your account with our school, so you have the premium account, we can do that at the end. All right, so you'll see that there are 3 parts in Canvas, or I mean, no, not Canvas, in Edpuzzle. So you have your content, you have your grade book, and you have your classes. Your classes are gonna be created, if I go to my classes, I create classes within Canvas. So I'll show you that part at the end. So I'm gonna start by showing you how to create an Edpuzzle activity. And that's what you would do here in Edpuzzle. And then you'll do the assigning over in Canvas. Because this is an LTI tool, so it works really great with Canvas, and it syncs to the Canvas gradebook. And I'll show you how the grading in that works. So I'm going to start off with content today. So like I said, we do have a school account. So you'll notice that in the content page, there is a Woodbridge Senior High link on the left. And so anything that you make will get added to the school's library. That means, you know, if you're a CLT and you know, you're going to make something for this unit, someone else is going to make something for that unit. They all, whatever you make ends up here in the school library. So it's really easy to share things amongst your colleagues. So you'll see Ms. Falgiano in social studies has been getting on it with her FinCap Friday videos, something about finance or something, I think. Not really sure. Let's see. Yeah, something with finance, it looks like. So yeah, so you'll see her videos. She's been apparently working. Kat has one here. Kat has a couple. And then Brian Hooker. So you'll see the teacher's name below it. Gina, she has some videos. Yeah, so that's the school library. So anything that teachers have done, you'll find there in the library. So that's pretty useful for CLTs working together. You also see you can search your school's content. So, you know, if you can look up, let's see, Falgiano. Oh no, can't look, oh. Yeah. So you can't look up by their names, but you can look up by subject. So whatever they have associated their subject with, or if they tell you the name of their video, then you'll be able to just search for it. All right, so that's like the main content. You'll see that we have 86 teachers in Woodbridge. Oh, maybe you can just click on their videos. Oh, cool. So I can click on their name and I can go to Allie and I see that she doesn't have any videos yet. So that's the way. Go to the high school and then click on the teachers, click on 86 teachers, and then you can go to your colleagues and see what videos they've created. Any questions about that? All right, so curriculum, you'll see that, you know, there is some curriculum made by Edpuzzle. You can see by different topic. So let's see, social studies, history, really get really specific. So they do have some videos like already pre-made. So that comes with your school account. So again, that's under this curriculum button. So there's like the Edpuzzle curriculum stuff they have, then our school stuff, and then your stuff. And so you can create folders. So if you have different preps, you can add a folder. So if you go to add content and you create a folder, and then you can put all of your, you know, your dance 1 videos in one folder, your dance 2 videos in one folder, and then everything can be organized for you. And then you can also just search your content. biology. Mine's probably those subjects. And I can see any videos that were related to that content. So you can search your own content. Any questions about this top part of the content area? All right, and then you'll see at the bottom popular channels. So for instance, YouTube, you can go to YouTube and you can search anything. Also, if you already have been looking in YouTube, so let's say youtube.com. If you're over in YouTube and you find a video and you're like, oh, this would be great to make an Edpuzzle video for, you can copy the URL and you can come back over to Edpuzzle and you can make the video. There is also an Edpuzzle Chrome extension. I haven't played with it too much, but you can then from within YouTube just click the Chrome extension and make your activity right there. So let's see, right here, I can click this one. So if I wanted to put this video in Edpuzzle, I can just copy the URL at the top, and then I can come over back to Edpuzzle and I can put that URL in. Everyone else good? And you'll see it will bring that video right up. Good. All right. Today we're going to talk about Flipgrid. I got my. All right. So once I bring the video in, I can do a few things. I can cut it. So I can trim the edges. So if I say like, I actually don't need them to start until, 30 seconds in, I can trim the end. I can trim the beginning. So you can really just get to that piece of the video that you want them to see. Any questions about trimming or cutting the video?
Can you cut any part in between, not just the beginning or the end?
Yeah, you can click Add Cut. And then you could, put your thing here and say Add Cut. And then I can make two little different separate.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? All right, so the next step that you can do or not do is you can add a voiceover. And it says, apparently, voiceover is now blocked to comply with YouTube. All right, so you can't do voiceover on a YouTube video, but you can do them on a video that you would make and upload. You could add so if it was just some pictures, you could add a voiceover to it. But then the money is the questions. And so this is where you can add questions to your video. You would just click your cursor. Wherever you want to add a question, you put the little dot. And then you just click multiple choice question or open-ended question. So your multiple choice questions are going to grade themselves. The open-ended questions you will have to grade, but I promise that is actually very simple and I'll show you. The nice thing about Edpuzzle is when you grade them, it groups it by question, not by student. So you can grade all of question number 1 together and it's just either hitting an X or a check mark, like it's good or bad. And you can get through all the questions real fast. And then it automatically, you just have to click some yeses or nos, or you can put a number in between, and then it will calculate the grade and put it in Canvas. So I'll show you that part in a minute. So I can just add an open-ended question. You'll see that you do have math text here. I can also insert an image and a link to something else. So this is way superior to the Canvas Studio quiz, because in the Canvas Studio quiz, all you can do is just some text, the question and the answers. And in the Canvas Studio, there is no open-ended question. In Canvas Studio, it's just multiple choice or true false. So if you want those open-ended questions to really see what your kids are thinking, Edpuzzle is the place to do it over Canvas Studio. So I can type my question here. And then I just say save. And that question will be located where the dot is currently. And you'll see it will add a little pin that lets you know there's a question there. Then I can just, proceed through the video and add a multiple choice question. So again, you can have, some formatting, some math text, pictures or links. And you can also have those for every option of answer. So you can have a question and then pictures as your answer choice. So if you're working with some SPED students, that's a great accommodation to be able to have pictures in addition to words.
Katie, do they have to complete the question before they move on?
They do, yes. They have to answer the question before they move forward in the video. you'll see I can add more answer choices, and then you can have multiple correct answers. So it can be just one answer choice is correct or multiple answer choices are correct. And then I'll just go type. Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. This is a YouTube video and I'm just adding the questions to it. All right, so once I add all my answer choices, I just say save. My Google. And now I see that little pin is there again, and so I know a question is there and that's part of the video. And then I can just say continue. Put my Google Doc. The other thing that you can add onto a video is a note. So if there's something especially important that just happened in the video that you really want them to point out, then you can just put a little note to them. So they don't have to answer anything, but that will just be a note, and you'll see that the little audio that you can record some audio on that. So that's helpful. If I wanted them to. Yeah. Any questions about that?
Can we use Edpuzzle in Nearpod?
You could add it like as a web page between two slides, but that's the only way.
Okay.
Yeah. Nearpod now has a Edpuzzle-like feature. However, the downside is that there is no no captions. Sorry, my dog just walked in. Oh, and now he's out. He's like, no, this is over. So Edpuzzle, the captions from YouTube don't come through, but I'm sorry, in Nearpod, the captions from Edpuzzle don't come through. In Edpuzzle, they do. So that's another bonus of using Edpuzzle over Nearpod is the captions.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so after I cut, after I do a voiceover, after I add questions, I'm done here. I just click the finish button and my activity is ready to be assigned to kids. Any questions about that?
Well, Katie, when you cut it, do the, like you had it in two halves there, how do you, when they end the first half, does it automatically go across the cut and start, continue, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so making the activity is really all you have to do in Edpuzzle itself. The rest you can do in Canvas. You'll be able to make the assignment and do the grading right there in Canvas itself. So any questions about making the activity? Okay. All right.
How do you record a video, like yourself?
I'm sorry?
How do you record a video of yourself?
So you would have to record it somewhere else and you would have to upload it here.
Ah, okay.
So I would have to add content and I would have to upload a video. So you would have to upload or create it with Screencastify or Loom or some other tool and then upload it here.
Got it, thank you.
Yeah. I guess before I do go to Canvas, I will point out this last feature and it's called Student Project. And I actually use this with my APES kids, and I had them do this before our AP exam. So they can basically make an Edpuzzle video, is what you assign them to do. They add the questions and they pick the video. So I put my kids in different groups. Each group was a different unit. So each group created the video, review videos for that unit, and then the whole class had those activities to do to prepare for the AP test. So I, as the teacher, didn't have to do it. The kids did it themselves. So that is definitely an option. So that's under your content, add content, student project. You can create a project and you put a goal, instructions, and you save the project. And where is it? Where'd it go? That's great. Oh, here, down here. So down here is the project and I can assign it. You'll see you can assign these to, I guess, the Canvas classes. Oh, I bet maybe I can do it through Canvas itself. So yeah, you can do it probably in Canvas. Let's see. All right, any other questions before we go to Canvas? Yeah, it's Frisboo. He went out though. All right, so you do have to do the integration for Edpuzzle, but it's a one-time deal, okay? So you do it once, you do it in one class, and you're set to go for all your classes. So in your Edpuzzle account, you're gonna go up to your little avatar, and you're gonna go to yourself, your own name. Now I've already done the integration, but if I hadn't, I would see that consumer key and that shared secret that we always have for adding an app. They would be down here, but now I've already connected, so that's already been done. I don't want to redo it because I don't want 5 Edpuzzles in my list of apps. So I would get that consumer key and I get the shared secret. I'd go over to one of my classes, and once you do it in one class, it will be done for all the classes. So it's just a one-time deal. So I'm going to go to my course settings. I'm going to go to apps, and I'm going to look for Edpuzzle. I'm going to add the app, and I'm going to put in that shared secret and the consumer key that I got from Edpuzzle itself. So again, that consumer key is going to be your picture, your name, and it's going to be at the bottom of the page to connect accounts. So one time, that's it. Any questions about that?
So Katie, so you add the consumer key, what's in parentheses?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so I've read add my app already. I'm not going to do it again. So now I'm just going to show you how to make an assignment. So this is an LTI assignment. So you're going to use that external tool choice. All LTI assignments are using that external tool. And once you set up the assignment, if you only had multiple choice questions, you don't have to do anything again. But if it's free, there's some free response, you're going to have to go back and grade. But like I said, that's super easy. All right. So I'm going to make a new assignment. I'm going to make Edpuzzle example. I can type anything I want in here, any directions. I could put a worksheet or like a notes or something else, some other stimulus if you wanted to before the video. You can put anything in that rich content editor box. Doesn't matter. That would just be above the video. And then you're going to come down here. Let's say this is formative. That probably wouldn't be a summative assessment. Then I'm going to choose external tool, and I'm going to choose find. Then I get my list of tools, and I'm going to choose Edpuzzle. Yeah. So you'll see I'm in my account and all my videos are there. So then I can just pick my video by clicking the little eyeball. This will pop up. It will kind of be a little preview of what my video is. So if I wanted to make sure that's the one I want to assign, I could watch a little bit of it. And then I just click assign. Then I have, okay, it's going to say that I'm assigning this video to this course. Do I want to prevent skipping or not? Prevent skipping means they have to watch the whole video till they get to the question. If I turn that off, the kids can just bounce from question to question. So if you want to make sure they're watching the video, you turn on the skipping, and you always want to make sure you turn on the closed captions. And then I'll just say assign. These windows will close. I'll say select, and the integration is set up. And all I have to do is, you know, if assign it to everyone, or if you wanted to assign it just to a particular student, you could. So if this was remediation, I could go in and just, you know, pick a kid's name. And then let's just say everyone. And then I can make my due date tomorrow. And then I say save and publish, and the assignment is live. I'm going to see the teacher view, and students would see a student view. Unfortunately, using the little student view feature in Canvas, you can't view LTI assignments. But you guys have all experienced this if you did the Zoom self-paced training. So even if you didn't do the Zoom self-paced training, if you just want to go into that assignment and see what it looks like from a student side, that would give you that experience. So I can see, okay, I have these people in my class who have watched it, like they haven't started yet. And then these were the questions that I, were given out. Before I make that assignment, I skipped one step. And that is going to the little Edpuzzle link on the side navigation and creating the class. So you have to add the app, and then you just have to go to this link, and you have to there'll be a button that says create a class, and you just create a class, and now I have a class here. So it's pretty straightforward.
We don't have to manually add names?
Nope. But it will, when the kid does it, it will add their name to the video.
Okay.
And is it okay to add them now?
Add the videos?
Yeah, no, add our classes now.
What do you mean? You can go do the setup. Yeah, that's fine.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see if I have a class where I haven't done it. So it's probably hidden. So that probably means I haven't done it. So yeah, when you add the app, remember it might be hidden when you first go in. So you might need to go to your navigation and drag it up. Yeah, perfect. So I'll save. Now I go to the link the first time. Oh. You'll see it made a class. That's really all you had to do. So you have to go over there to create the class, and it will set it up in the Edpuzzle. That's it. Will the link for us to initiate Edpuzzle without school or be placed in the module? No, it is already in that Woodbridge software document that I've shared with you guys. Yeah. All right. Yeah, no problem. I'm going to show you now, hopefully, some graded Edpuzzles, or how to grade an Edpuzzle. Show you from our staff workroom, the ones you guys have been doing, if anyone's done it recently. I kind of keep up on my grading a little too much.
No, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry, never mind.
Okay. All right, so here's one that I've assigned. Probably not going to be anyone that oh, good, perfect. So it says I have 2 answers that I have to grade. So that I just come back to the assignment, and I know it will tell me if I have anything to grade. Again, the multiple choice, it grades itself. You just have to grade the free response. So I'm going to click 2 answers to grade. And so you'll see, all right, if it was wrong, I'd click X. If it was right, I just click the check mark, and that's graded. And if I was somewhere in the middle, I could put a different grade in the middle, and it would, it would calculate the total of all the questions automatically. I'm going to give them 100. So then the grade is in Canvas. That's all I had to do was some check marks. So then I can go, let's see if we got another one here. And you do have the option, and sometimes people leave a a message, you do have a comment box that you can leave a comment to their, you know, responding to their question, or if you just have a comment on their open-ended answer, you can leave a comment. But all you have to do is just check that plus or hit the X and it's graded. Nope, nothing here. Any other questions?
Could you show how it looks in the gradebook in Canvas?
Oh, sure, sure. I mean, it's really, so these little grades are actually like 1/4 of a point, but it just has their total, their point, however many points they earned. So here's my answers to grade. Again, I just have to either check it if it's right or exit if it's wrong. And here I could leave a comment if I wanted to. Yep. And then when I go to grades, these assignments were only worth 1/4 of a point because there was 4 of them and they add to be 1 PD point. So you'll see their calculated grade out of 0.25. But normally for a student assignment, this would be out of 100. It's just, this is my staff workroom, so. So I have, let's see, these little assignments right here. See, it's like 0.25, 0.25, 0.19. So that means they probably got like a multiple choice question wrong. But yeah, it does all that calculation for you.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And so you guys, our school, you can have unlimited Edpuzzle videos. I think if you have the free account, you can still do the integration with Canvas, but I think for any guests that are here, I think there's a limit on how many Edpuzzle videos you can use. I think it's like 20. So keep that in mind. My staff, you have them. You can make all the videos you want.
You mean 20 the whole year or 20 for what?
20 the whole year. Yeah, I think the free account. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to just look at their pricing. Edpuzzle pricing. Let's see. I mean, you can definitely buy a teacher account if you wanted. Let's see.
Would it integrate in the same way it does if our school had an account versus if I did my basic free account?
You can integrate it. You can integrate it with the free account. Yeah, you can even, if you have the basic free account, you can integrate it. So yeah, the free one is 20 videos. You can pay $11.50 a month and have unlimited. So. Any questions?